Hi everyone, welcome to Resident Evil Regeneration. It's been a time. Don't know how good or great, but it's been a time.
Everything's gone to shit.
I guess
Say that again.
before we get started, does everyone want to give me like one quick little memory on like what's been one of their fave moments? Please keep it like 3 minutes or less for time's sake, but it's been a while.
Ugh.
I can go. I can give one. It's pretty recent. As god awful as it was for those roles, it was still a pretty fun little scene of getting yanked and yeeted through the ventilation system, and just watching all of those chances that we had, and just being like, all right, surely we must succeed on this one. And then natural one. Over and over and over.
Chris,
The moment it was kind of, ooh. Looking back, it's hilarious.
you have sacrificed to the dice gods, right? This time?
I think so.
I loved how Annika actually did really well that session.
Oh my god, I love the laser room.
Right? The lasers turned out she was like, no, slide me the gun. And I actually rolled really good for her to shoot the thing out so she could get out of that room.
Mhm.
I love the audio logs. Those were just
Oh, yeah.
everything that we believed just cracked hard on the reality of the situation. What we
You
truly
thought
are.
you were a real boy? Nope.
Nope.
You thought you were safe? You're a science experiment. You actually, there's nothing important about you. You're just kind of tangentially there.
You're just there. You weren't supposed to be there, but you
I
were
was,
there.
I was just an innocent bystander.
He was a concerned citizen.
Yeah, like, those
Well,
are great.
it was just the revelation of insanity basically happened there. So it was fun just seeing what the fuck happened.
Oh my god, I still want to know what happened to Alex.
We'll see. We'll leave
We'll
the hardware soon.
So,
And, you know,
Probably.
you have one real quick, Kevin?
My favorite out of everything was the first part of this campaign where we went up the the mountain with the fucking truck
yeah.
with Aaron. That was the best scene so far for me. But like compared to others, like that was the best scene for me.
That was a pretty epic scene.
Aaron was like physics. Fuck no.
Me and it wasn't Ray.
Daniel.
It was
Daniel.
Yeah,
Daniel.
no,
Oh,
yeah.
the NPC
Ivo.
Ivo. Just yeeting each other up the mountain, and then suddenly the truck comes flying by us. Like, what the fuck?
We were, you guys are like Monday night. We were playing Need for Speed.
Yeah.
Obviously you haven't played as many sessions with us, Hales, but did you have a quick one?
Yeah, I was, I think I said it right after Chris, like when Annika actually, the previous session, she had been like, I am useless. And then Chris failed all his rolls, and then suddenly Annika was like, I'm on my shit.
It's weird how that happened. I got really bad all of a sudden, and Annika started going good.
No, I just like the scene with like, because it started out with her being worried that Ray was going to get his arm ripped off. And then she was like, LOL, in a room of death lasers, LeMayo.
Shit getting real.
Oh my
But it
god.
was really cool that I actually rolled well to shoot like one of the two shells from the gun. And it actually worked out for her to get out of there.
I thought there was only one shell in there.
Yeah, there
There
only
was,
one
but
that
there's
got
two
reloaded.
barrels, I think.
Well, no.
Well, there was.
Uh,
Oh no, there was one, so it was even higher stakes.
Yeah,
So that was fun.
There was one shell in the shotgun that was reloaded with 2.
Yeah, always remember to reload whenever possible.
My BB
You
gun
never
is done
know.
for. I'm useless. My BB gun is gone.
But you used it well. You shot that thing in the eye, and it fucked up, and you managed to hold out in time.
I
I
mean,
think you
It's
took
a
any
safe
damage.
that is quite the flex. Like, you actually took on a full-on zombie with a plastic gun.
No martial arts, no nothing.
Just me and my BB gun and some bubble gum.
I guess I'll give some of my favorite moments just for the whole cast real quick. I won't go too deep because it's going to be more of a lightning round for everyone here. One of my favorite scenes, and I think I might have outdone myself as a GM here because it just went so well to where I feel like things have matched it but nothing surpassed it, would be the origin scene with Gen and Akari when they first run into Umbrella. Like, that scene, I felt like it just played beautifully out.
Mm-hmm.
Then I would... What do you say, Skull?
No, fair beans. Fair beans, I said.
Yeah. Then one of my favorite Ray scenes was him on the bench by himself where he's self-reflecting about his life. Like, I just thought that was a very beautiful and touching scene that Skull completely pulled out of his ass on his own that I had no real plan to do.
Legit. Yeah, which now looking back at that scene, looking to now, it's like, man, holy shit. Poor
Yeah.
Ray.
Well, your biggest guilt wasn't even you.
You, yeah, it's all a lie.
Then, as far as Alex as a character goes, I feel like the final scene with him and Bindi was absolutely like, mwah, mwah, your tears, I feed off them.
I was
That was-
legit. I was on the verge of crying because I'm like, bro, like, what if that happened to me? Like, what if my brother just disappeared in front of me?
Yeah, legit. That was a scene that just ripped at the heart.
Then to cover some of the guests, everything with Tomoko, it was perfect. Like, the vibe.
I'm still sorry about that.
One shot
then
that moment.
For Annika, I honestly feel like her scene by herself where she first found Kenzo as a zombie was perfect.
Yeah, it was kind of terrifying because she had no weapon, and I was like, "Can I pick up that chair?" And Tommy's like, "I mean, it's not gonna do much." And then she fell over, and he was all a zombie, and yeah. And then she got locked in a room for 24 hours.
Yeah, then
But yeah,
one of my favorite, well, there were several favorited Daniel scenes, but I think the one that was like the most touching to me was like the dance scene with him and Vivian right before the concert. That one was extra cute. And then Jordan, it's an honest tie between Miss Watanabe being serious and Jordan realizing she's been talking to Chris like the last 2 minutes, but not putting it together as the player. Just the reaction there was gold. And then the press conference in of itself, I thought was a great scene.
I mean, the memes we made after that will always be my favorite part of that.
And then as for Dom, he has yet to appear, but he sure was fabulous in those audio logs.
Oh,
yeah,
oh
fabulous.
yes, dumb. Wow.
You need an Oscar, damn.
Okay, but with all of that being said, everyone roll me initiative.
Reflex.
Reflex.
Ah.
So that actually I get a bonus.
17. I got better than good.
I'm also injured. I'm taking a negative to it. You would have beaten me anyway, but
Why do you have a modifier of 10?
Combat awareness. Ray's solo.
No,
Yeah,
he's not. He's with.
no,
with
he's a solo.
I'm a solo.
That's his class.
His special ability.
Yeah, I was like, well, he's not solo. He's with Annika
No, he's
in
not
an
solo
event.
yet.
But you know,
This is
He's a solo in name alone.
yes.
wink, wink.
He's not the guy from the Gecko commercial saying, I'm a loner, and a loner's gotta be alone.
No, a solo don't have to be alone. Solo can ride in a gang.
Yep. Many souls right in the gang together. It's their job.
Alright, give me 1 second. Alright, so we're gonna cut back to the vent. It's freshly after the cave-in of the floor above. The two of you manage to like slide into the vents as like things rip them apart, and you're in a vent where the back end's just like the void, and the other end goes forward. The two of you.
Shit. Sakura just plummeted like into away.
Everyone did. I just Sakura.
I think she Akari, and she's kind of like in shock. Like,
It's alright. Alright, we'll try to find you, okay? See if maybe we can get through this vent, see if maybe there's an opening.
yeah, I think that's our only choice. We can't really leave another way right now.
Yeah.
You got anything we could use to like rappel down?
He's still check like
Or is it like a sideways vent that we can crawl in?
To describe the vent in front of you, it's very much like there's a handful of branching paths. It's hard to tell how they're gonna go just from looking at them with no real light source on you. The back way out, it's kind of just like a black void of darkness, but you can see a little bit of lights below, like maybe 90 to 100 feet down, you're unsure.
could I pull out my cellular phone and turn on like the light? If it has a light attachment.
Flashlight.
I mentioned flashlight, yeah, I mentioned it has a flashlight attachment. Most phones do.
It does, but this is like 2012 where
Yeah.
like flashlights
Cheap.
on phones weren't that great, so it's
Yeah.
like it gives you maybe like half a foot of light.
Alright. Something at least.
Hey, you won't fall in any gaps.
And I don't have a wait. Does she have a flashlight? I can't remember if she gave the eons ago when we first entered this hellhole. Alex found a flashlight and Annika was like, hey, can I borrow that? I can't see. And then I don't know if she gave it back or if she kept it. Well, I think the
believe she
safest
kept
route
it.
is probably taking the vents. At least they're structurally here for now.
Yeah, they'll keep us safe for a bit until, and maybe we can find someone. Hopefully.
You got any
Ray-
rope?
No, I got no rope.
Damn.
Well, we can slide
Well,
down.
I guess you want to go first and I'll follow you?
I think it's best, best we do that. Keep that gun handy just in case. Let's try not to.
You got the ammo? I think I used the only shot in it.
I'll pull out like the bullets I've gotten and I hand her some of the bullets.
Thanks. Joy, put those in her.
Yeah, let's
Oh,
try not to shoot in
Can
the
she
vent.
load? Okay, she puts the safety on and she loads some shells in there.
Get 2 shells.
It's a pump action shotgun, so you can just put 2 in the tube that won't be hot until you pump it.
Gotcha. No worries. I just finished watching like the first 4 sessions of someone doing Metro 2033.
Are you
Yeah,
sure it
so she'll
wasn't
do
Metro
that.
Exodus?
Yeah, whichever one. Anyway, the Russian accents. So she'll say, "All right, let's go."
Yeah, let's not use as gun as we have to. At least in the vent here. Then I'll lead with the light.
Alright.
Frage.
So, I guess the two of you just give me a collective awareness notice.
Are you cool with having competence come into this, or is it just no?
The thing is that combat sense is strictly like you're in a do or die situation.
Gotcha. I always ask. Yeah, I always ask.
I
Well-
mean, noticing zombies is kind of do or die, but
Annika rolled a 30.
Nice!
If
Wait, I rolled a
that's
29.
good, even though she's just thinking that Ray's butt looks cute right now as they like move through the bed.
Ray's butt just turns into like 4K definition.
Well, watch a kill then?
just the way it sways.
Yeah, there's the... Hey, it's a muscular ass, man.
Just, I'm gonna have to loop in the porno music over this. I hope you people are happy.
Yay!
Mazel tov.
Alright, so with that collective 59, the two of you are pretty smart as far as where you go. After about like maybe an hour or so of like crawling through the vents, you're able to basically figure out that like the left vents do slowly work their way further down, and you start following that. The two of you, as you're passing by one vent about maybe 10 or so minutes before you get to the ground floor, you see a throbbing black mass in the room to the side of you through the vent hole.
Annika, if you look over your shoulder, it's just like she lifts her finger to her lips and she's like, shh.
I'll nod and look at the freaking thing in black. Ooh, thing in black sounds like a cool movie idea.
She glances at her gun, glances at the thing, and then just decides to keep going because they're an event.
We'll continue going down.
Alright, you two continue going down, and then... Alright. Alex.
Yeah?
Cute message there.
I was gonna say it earlier, but I'm like,
This campaign is rated PG-13, okay? Keep your tentacle hentai porn to the
Is
other
it-
room.
Is it though? Is it really?
is it though? After all that 4K nonsense.
So, the last, like, 30 seconds or so of the session play out how they play, where the zombie slumps over, then Aaron leans up against the wall, dropping the revolver that he had, and just goes, "What up, whiz kid?" as he kind of just, like, sags down to the floor.
Alexander's a little bit shocked, and then walks as close, and then like pokes at him. You're alive, right?
When you poke him, Aaron just kind of turns to you, then just, like, smacks you across the face. "Yes, I'm breathing." Now, can you not poke me? I got stabbed less than 2 days ago.
Okay, that solves that. Why are you here?
I guess the same applies to you.
Mother Gracia has us here doing her work.
Remember, he doesn't have a chip. You can tell him anything you want. They can't shut him down.
Alex as a character doesn't know that, though. That was a discussion outside the game.
true. Sorry. Forget my interruption.
It is okay. So, what are you doing here then?
You know, the last couple days been a bit of a blur. As he kind of spits up a little bit of blood onto the wall next to him. That's fine. Don't worry about that. Anyway.
I'll probably like wrap my arm around under his shoulder, and grab the revolver and pick him up. Not pick him up, like walk him towards the to Sakura.
Yeah, as you put your arm around his shoulder, he kind of like death grips the revolver off the ground as he gets up. Long story short, man, things got a little dicey. After Gen left me on the floor, I woke up about maybe 10 minutes, I don't know, sometime later. Anyway, puddle of blood underneath me, and I rolled over, and Kenzo got back up and was shambling towards me. It was about that point I saw these guys in black kind of rush the room. I just played dead for a while. Amazingly, they didn't pick me up or anything. About 10-15 minutes after that, I did a Yankee slip stitch to my stomach because I found some string. And, you know what? Long story short, I went to go, see what was around, and it started raining. And then I found my truck Beatrice out in the woods. And then I got my grandfather's gun out the hidey hole in it. And running, I ended up here.
You were able to go through the fence?
I didn't even go back to the school. I found an elevator that came down here.
Oh, that's gonna be our way out. We do know this place is gonna be rigged to explode, right?
I mean, do you?
Yeah, me and Annika, Russian woman. We saw
Not
some
the one that
cans.
splashed water in my face.
I believe so. The one that's pinning on Ray,
Wait, they're a thing?
I think so. I mean, I've been getting this vibe off of them, but I don't want to question it since we were literally in a life and death situation.
Is that like you and Matt Boy's situation?
It's not confirmed yet, but that's besides the point. Building's about to explode. We're separated from Gen, Akari, and Ray. Sakura's over there unconscious. I believe she brought a med kit. There's this weird thing about how Gen's an experiment while I am an abductee, and it's a whole lot to take in this couple of hours, but we're trying to find everybody else.
Cool. And then the two of you get up to the room, and then he kind of leans himself up on what's left of the doorway, like the other half that you and the other zombie didn't go through. So, again, fine, but don't worry about it. What knocked her out?
You see that out there? The blank ceiling? We fell from there. Don't know how many feet it was. She saved me. Couldn't save Akari, though. unfortunately. I believe Ray and Annika went to a vet or something. And we're trying to at least, either get out of this facility now or make it our grave.
I doubt you're gonna try to make somewhere your grave. Like, and don't take this the wrong way. I knew like you were going through some shit, but I didn't know you were suicidal. Do we like need to have like a talk? Do I need to get Miss Vianici when we go back up?
No, I don't want to talk to her again. I've been through that already. But it's been a rough day today. I mean, legit, a whole tentacle took Gen and Martin away. So there's that. Sakura's either dead or alive at this moment. I don't even know. I had to fight a huge ass zombie with a BB gun. So you can. And Ray almost had his arm chopped off by an elevator. It's been pretty hectic today. So.
Word. And then
And we thought you were dead, but you're alive.
I mean, to be fair, I thought I was dead too, so like it is what it is, I guess. Anywho, and then he'll just kind of like stagger over to Sakura and then start brushing the dust off of her. You got anything on you?
I believe Sakura should have something. I remember being told she had a med kit or something.
Aaron will just kind of like feel around in her backpack and then get the med pack out. Yeah, I got this. Fuck it, 2 tears in a bucket.
Out of character, would I still have the painkillers?
I think.
No, you
we
gave those to Annika.
Yeah.
Okay.
She gave one to someone and then she kept the rest.
Okay.
And then Aaron just kind of pulls her like blood-soaked like school blazer off. Then basically starts looking at the top. Then you see him start doing some stuff. I don't know a lot, but Piers taught me a couple things when he got home from basic. Best hope that's not internal cranial bleeding, then she's probably fucked, but...
Fuck. That could be more of an issue than you think.
And then he'll start basically cleaning out like the top of the gash in her head, and then you see him grabbing some gauze. Start over. Don't worry about it, man. You're an official ditch diver. High five.
Like confusedly high fives back. I'm like, okay.
Cool. Now keep pressure on her head.
He'll probably do that. She's unconscious, right?
Yep.
Okay.
And, let's find out if Aaron remembered those couple tricks. Okay.
Let's tech. Is that fine?
Well, first aid's under tech in the system.
Okay.
He'll eventually, like, kind of get a decent enough hold, and he's like, well, if she's gonna wake up, she'll wake up. If not, don't let it go in vain. Anywho, I'm really not in the shape to be walking for a little while.
There's the rebars, right? Or like when he means he's not in shape to walk. Is it just because he's bleeding out slowly, or
That's because Aaron's still dealing with like the effects of being stabbed. That's not something you just get up and you're like, I'm no longer hurt.
no? Because I mean, like
Unless you're a science experiment.
no. This is I was thinking of like I forgot what they were called, but like when you have like a wooden plate, splints. Yeah, I thought it was like that if I could do that, but
I have one counter of that. How are you gonna splint a stomach?
that's what I'm like.
No, he was like, he can't walk. Is it because of his legs, essentially?
Yeah, that's what I thought. But he was stabbed, not
Yeah.
got his kneecaps popped. But okay.
Anywho, and then he kind of slides himself up against the wall. I think I'll sit here and make sure our friend gets up. Though we can't sit like this. So, I got an idea. And then he basically he grabs like a piece of rebar that's like sticking out the wall, then bends it back and forth till it breaks off. And it has a bit of a point. I'm gonna sit here with my pointed stick. And you be ready to break that butterfly. And then he basically swings the cylinder open forward on the revolver and then reloads it, flicks it back up, then hands it to you.
He'll grab it. It has safety on, right?
No.
Oh, okay. He'll grab it and what was it? Leave a med kit behind because I believe he should still have two.
You got 6 magnum shots in that. I went through 6 getting here. You go find the rest. I'm gonna keep an eye on her. And then, be here.
Okay. Okay, I'll look for the rest. And he'll start walking towards the to the door and go towards the zombie and and try to grab blood and or anything like blood and draw on the wall like a little cup of slushy just so he remembers that they're there. And
Alex, roll me a humanity roll.
that's under empathy, right?
Yep.
Okay. I rolled a 14.
1d100.
Damn it.
You're the one saying you want to pick up blood off the floor and start drawing with it.
I mean, I had nothing else.
I thought he was talking about the blood that was left from.
No, he literally said, I'm gonna go up to the zombie, scoop up some of its blood, and draw a slushy on the wall.
Bruh, why?
I rolled a 49.
That's technically above what we go for, right? It's 40,
Because
right?
it has to be above 40.
You draw your slushy on the wall, then you start to feel a little bit of a tinging in your hand, and then it kind of goes away.
I'll wipe my hand on my pants and the hallway's like. Where did Eric come from? Did he come from like?
He came from the south of you. The other hallway goes to the north of you.
Since he went from the south, I'll start walking up north. As carefully as possible.
Alright, roll me a stealth.
That's under reflex, right?
I believe so. Chris, is it under reflex?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, then it's under reflex.
I rolled a 19.
Alright. Okay. So you start making your way down the hall slowly, revolver in hand. It looks like a rather old, like, it looks like an older Smith & Wesson model Schofield, hence why Aaron said it belonged to his grandfather. Aaron gives you a basic rundown of how it works, and pretty much you start making your way down the hallway slowly. Before we get to again, Shadow, some stats. This thing has a capacity of 6 rounds. On a successful hit, because it's a magnum caliber weapon, you will do 7d6 damage on impact.
Mhm.
And it has a fire rate of 2 because of its quicker reload. Meaning once per turn you can fire twice. And then when you reload, it reloads all 6, provided you have 6 bullets.
So on a successful hit, I do a 7d6 on
Yep.
impact and fire rate of 2, which is 1 per turn. I can fire 2 shots.
Yep.
And what else? Or is that all?
And then when you reload, it reloads all 6. I will post actual stats for all the weapons before we play another session, just so everyone has their stats from here on.
Okay.
And you start making your way down the hall. Again. The dust has started to settle with you and Martin standing there. And Martin kind of just has like a look of disbelief on his face as he's looking every which way as there's like rubble all over the place.
Jen is going to stand on the desk to see if he can see above all the dust and whatnot.
When you stand on the desk, you can see that you really only have around like a half-port view of seeing, where it only took out like one corner of the room of the office that you guys were in. But standing from that point, looking in that direction, you can see that most of the zombies are getting up or still like moving around. Like even the ones that might have gotten like chopped in half by the rubble, it seems like it was a mere inconvenience.
Gen swears under his breath in Japanese. Did I hear the gunshot?
Roll me an awareness notice.
31.
31. Shortly after the rubble fall and you see the zombies start moving, you get still, and after about a minute you hear one singular shot very far off to the southeast of you, and that's it.
Is there a direction with less zombies?
No, if it seems like the zombies are getting basically in fuller force in the hallway, like the commotion basically like woke them up or started making them move around.
Gen gets down off of the desk and will look to Martin. Well, it looks pretty shit out there.
Yeah, man, it's game over, man.
Let's not go that far. Not yet, at least. I heard, someone firing off something. To the southeast.
The question is, do you really want to go towards a gunshot?
Yes, because if it's an enemy, again, holds up the grenade that he's still got his hand basically as close to the pin as you can with still holding it safely. Because if it's an enemy, we've got mutually assured destruction should they try anything. Most people aren't willing to die to kill 2 kids.
You just hope you're better at throwing those, because if you just drop it, it's not really helping us at all.
Again, flexes his arm for a second, the bulging bicep. I think I can throw it pretty well.
I wasn't saying it in a way of like doubting you. I'm just saying when we get there, like, yeah.
The real question is whether or not they want to test it. What?
I did have one alternative idea.
All right.
So, before everything, I was able to look at just enough of the maps in here, and I think I've figured out where the main control room for this floor is.
That'd be a good place to start.
If anything,
Though
it
half the
tells
floor
us
seems
how
destroyed.
well, if it's still there, it can maybe help us get out of here.
Quick question. When I was standing on it, could I tell that what fell on us was the floor above us?
Yeah, like there's bits of like cubicles and other stuff, like maybe office desks and whatnot.
Yeah, let's go find that place. And hopefully there's another way back up and the others weren't just in what just fell on us. 'Cause, gonna be honest, Ray might survive that. I don't think any of the others would survive too much of a fall from that height.
I mean, I survived the vent, so anything's possible.
Yeah. Still got the bruises on my chest to show it. But yeah, let's try and find this control center. Which direction is it?
Yeah, we gotta go to the west, about a click and a half over, and then it will be a small watchtower style building.
You know what? I got an idea. Is there like a piece of rebar or something around?
I mean, yeah, there's like a plethora of like rocks, bricks, boards, and other stuff now.
Gen's gonna take it and just start poking the roof. How sturdy is the roof?
Of the room that you're currently in?
Yes.
I guess roll me a strength body.
Strength of body. That's an 18.
Alright, so when you grab the rebar and you start pushing, and you push, you feel your veins kind of like bulge a bit more than they did, then the roof kind of just goes You get the feeling like if you put all your vigor into it, the roof's not that stable.
Alright, so not strong enough that it would hold a person.
It depends how long you were gonna go up there.
It wouldn't be a safe path to travel.
It wouldn't be safe to be up there for an extended amount of time, but you venture it'd be safe just to take a quick look.
Alright. I'm gonna see if I can scout us a path from up top.
Yeah, just be quick, because it's a little Yeah, just be quick.
I'd offer to have you come up with me, but I don't think it'll support 2 bodies.
Then
And with that, Gen's gonna start climbing.
maybe I should go then because I'm smaller than you.
If you think you've got good enough eyes, then Gen already probably on top of the desk at this point will reach his hand down to help him up.
Yeah, and then he'll take your hand. Alright. I guess how we'll do this is I'll roll a body roll for Martin, then I'll give him a +5 because you're assisting.
Yeah. Actually, just before he goes up, I do hand him my night vision. That way he can see a bit better.
Alright, with the 18 that Martin got because you were helping him, he kind of, grabs the roof, you help him up, then he basically pulls himself up the extra few feet that he needs to just to climb, and you see him skid up and get up there. He is able to lean his hand down far enough to take the goggles from you and start looking. Okay. Oh, it's out in the open now. That's just great. Okay, I'm ready to come down.
Alright, pass me the goggles and then we'll get you down.
Yeah, he hands
Fragile
the goggles.
technology first.
He hands you the goggles, then he slowly lets himself down.
And Gen will basically kind of like the thing you do to help a child down.
Yeah, couple things. Path's fairly clear. Bad thing, that big black mass we saw in the security camera just not too far ago, it's now got no walls separating it.
Hold your grenade close.
Yeah. After you.
Before we start walking, which way? The path. That way we have to make as little noise as possible.
Yeah, and then he'll basically take a sheet of paper, then scribble like stuff to look for.
Again, puts his goggles back down. Then we'll take the lead. Ugh.
Alright, roll me an awareness notice again.
34. Wow, that was a pretty decent roll.
Alright, you do see the zombies moving around. You get the feeling with all the dust, their sight has pretty much gone to nothing. And prior, you also got the feeling that their sight really wasn't that great, given that Martin was able to trick them into eating one of their own. So the two of you, so long as you're careful, are able to start moving through them without much effort. You do get the feeling if you stick around anywhere too long and they do become aware of it, there's far too many of them for you to actually even think about fighting.
The only escape would be chucking the grenade into a mass of them and hoping that the area is wide enough that you can book it.
Yeah, like, escape would be the way to get out of there. Like, out of character, if you guys do get into a fight with these, it's not going to be a map, it's going to be a series of rolls, and if you fail, it's possible to get eaten alive.
Gen does pick up some rocks as he goes, just like, if there's ever a couple of zombies that are in the way that that they can't get around, but they have to go past, he'll just throw a rock off to the side, track their attention over there.
Okay. The two of you eventually get to the base of the watchtower, and you can see the writhing mass about like maybe 30-40 feet away from the tower itself. It appears to not be aware of the two of you at this moment.
Is it... Where is the mass in relation to me in the tower? If me and the tower are a straight line, where would he be?
You and Martin are right beside the ladder, like essentially the stairway that spirals up it to get inside. About 30-40 feet ahead of you is where the black mass is. Then the other hallways and stuff is the maze behind you.
Okay, so I've got a very bad idea.
I guess let's hear it.
We know that thing will eat those things, and he like motions back towards the zombies as much as it'll eat us. If it finds us, I don't think we're basically we're fucked. Unless it's got something easier to grab.
Then I'd suggest let's be very quick in the tower.
Yeah. Also, how big is the writhing black mass?
Oh, this thing is absolutely gigantic. Like, you get the feeling that it's like maybe 45 to 50 foot tall and around like 30 foot wide. And it's got appendages slithering out in every which direction.
Looks down at the grenade. I don't think that'd be enough anyway. So I leave it to you. Are we trying to attract some food for it? Are we trying to go another way? Because I'm gonna be honest, I'm not particularly quiet.
I'm gonna say, let's get the tower and then we can make there. As far as fighting that thing, I think our handful of like 2-3 fire grenades aren't gonna be enough. Maybe enough if we're in a pinch. That being said, there's no way the people in charge of this place or the other people involved on the outside don't know about this. So, say we just, forget about this thing and then they deal with it.
I'm just saying if that thing finds us. But alright, yep, we'll go with the, just get in there first and see if we can get in there first, and then we'll make any other decisions we can.
Alright, now, the map said this place was the oldest zone, like, the 3-cell map I could find. It said, like, the top was built in, like, the 90s, the second layer was built in, like, the 70s, 80s, and this was left over as, like, a bunker from World War II on this island. So, a lot of this, as far as the stairs, are going to be very old and rickety, so just move very slowly.
And they start to head up.
Alright. Stealth
If there's
rolls.
any can I do an awareness notice to make it easier on myself to know which ones are rickety and which ones are not?
I will tell you what, because you have Martin with you and he was able to basically like photographic memory the layout of this place when he had the maps. You can give yourself like a +6 to the stealth roll.
Alright. You know what? I'm just put all of my luck into this, because if that thing finds us, grenades ain't helping, so that's a 36. That's a natural on D10.
Okay.
Luck, you were with me this roll. Thank you.
So the two of you make your way up the tower. It's about like maybe 30 feet up off the ground. And then as you get above, you can see that the zone that you guys came out of looks like this massive never-ending maze that has like 2 layers, one that's ground floor, then 2 that go up like that and plateau, making it like a valley in the bottom. And you can see other cubicles and offices above, like this was a study area of some sort. And then the two of you get into the office. Then Martin finds like one of those old like 1980 styles computers that you guys have found in this lair before, and then he starts getting on it. And he's like, "Ooh, it's been some time since I've seen a DOS rig."
I'm going to assume that's really old. Not a computers guy. I'm gonna see if there's something bigger than this. And he holds up the grenade.
Yeah.
And he's gonna start looking for anything of worth.
I guess here, roll me a awareness notice.
That's a 29.
29. You're able to like find some boxes and stuff in there. They're like cardboard boxes from when this place was packed up. And as you're looking through them, you can pretty much see that within one of the boxes there's another like couple fire grenades inside.
Mm-hmm.
Then one other box you're able to essentially find what looks like yeah, I mean, you guys are gonna need it, so you essentially pull out from the box what looks like an AK without a mag. It's like behind some of the boxes, rusted up, but it looks like it might still work.
Again, picks it up, sees that it's got nothing in it, kind of turns it around like maybe it'd make a decent club for one. Hey, you any good with this? And he kind of shows the gun.
Well, unfortunately, I'm not.
Yeah, it's... I mean, I guess I know what the fuck it was doing here. Again, says as he looks out at the area around them.
Yeah.
Maybe Ray will know how to use it, and he'll fling it over his shoulder.
Anywho, this place is a jackpot.
How many grenades did I find?
2.
So I know. 2? Alright, so... I now have 3 grenades.
And all of the grenades are incendiary based.
Nice. Alright. Then yeah, I'm gonna make my way over to him because he said he found something good.
Here we go. Then you see him pulling up some rigs. And then you see that he pulls up one thing that has like one of those like basic 2D like grids that pop up on like older style 80s computers, and you can see that the layout of that almost mirrors the maze that you two are looking at. And then when he pulls it up, it opens up, then it basically pops up in like the big blocky green text, and it says Mirage 1.
Project Mirage is Gen, or was that Alex?
That was what was alluded to in all of the audio logs.
Ah. Okay, so Project Mirage is Ray's friend.
It's all of us. That includes you.
Well, the current success of Project
It's
Mirage.
the
I was
core,
obsessed with the Veronica.
core of Mirage, we guess is
That would be
Julia.
between Julia, and then I believe we were considered. What was it again? I forgot. But I think we were considered like.
We were like tools for Mirage to use.
Yeah, I believe so.
So
Alright.
it appears they've done multiple of these mirages, because this is old, like old. Anywho,
You do anything with this? Got
Not-
any-
this specifically, but what this does give me access to is the lifts and the lights of the other areas. So in theory, I could turn the lights on back on the floor that's still there, and the mass will basically focus its attention on that, and then we can go to this other subtext that says Delta add-on whatever.
Sounds like a plan to me.
Other thing I found. It says located in Delta Experimental because it seems like they've done a lot of retrofitting to this whole place. It says Master Control Module located down below.
Would that mean anything to Gen besides maybe what was alluded to in the third one, the third audio log?
Roll me a. You can either roll an intelligence roll or a history roll.
I mean, those are both intelligence rolls for me.
Well, then you can either use history or not.
That's a 25 natural and a 35 total. Boulder Kick again has returned.
He is smart and he is unforgettable again.
You just didn't fall asleep in history class.
Right?
Yeah.
Like,
You remember when Vlad was talking to you guys shortly before he disappeared, and he said Simmons wanted to see the control switch.
Hmm. Okay. Suddenly, Gen understands that Simmons is not our friend. Gen told you all! Should not trust those people!
we never did.
Annika didn't.
We never did.
But,
Well, Annika
Yeah.
doesn't after what she saw on that tape.
no, Gen was telling everyone that, like, we can trust no one at this school. Fuck all of them.
I believe that's what we agreed on,
Yeah.
actually.
But
Yeah,
anyway, out of character, you believe that that's the control module for all the head chips.
We need to get there.
Yeah, I'm in agreement. And then the Bakelite phone that's like hung up on the wall starts ringing.
Gen's gonna quickly take it up just to stop it from ringing. Who's this?
Then you start hearing crackling of static. The Reaper.
Does that voice remind me of anything?
We'll find out when we come back from our break.